y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Last time, wrapped up the 4.3 storyline, which technically wraps up Stormblood's main story. A nice little bow called Yatsuyu's Flippin' Death. Ugh. And Square decided to introduce a new little technique where they put the RP back in MMORPG and let us play as Alphino for a solo instance. That was a cool little trick they gave us. But we're not going to play with the main story today. No, today it's time to start the Alliance raids for Stormblood. Now, you may have heard of these because they happen to have been pretty famous amongst the Final Fantasy community because they brought back a couple of really interesting locales, specifically Ivalice, and also the works of one Matsuno, whose first name I forget. I will throw it up on the screen. I apologize. But this is going to delve very heavily into Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy XII, and a little bit into Tactics Advance. I'm assuming very little bit. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I have no nostalgia for Tactics or 12, mainly because when they came out, I never played either of them. Didn't have a PlayStation 1 back in the day. And when 12 came out, well, it also happened to come out at the same time as a little Capcom game called Okami, and I was far more interested in that. Plus, I was an idiot back then. I sucked at playing 12. I made it to, I think, like the first boss, got my ass handed to me, and decided the game wasn't for me and left. So, nostalgia-wise, I have like very little to add to this. It probably also means a lot of references are gonna go right over my head. The only Tactics game I played Final Fantasy-wise was Tactics Advance, and I only played the first one. Now, I played it to completion because I thought the game was a blast, but considering that world was basically a dream, not expecting a lot of ties in, though I do remember Mont Blanc being an import into 12. So let's see. Dramatis Personae. Welcome, my lord. There was a young maiden here who would speak with you. Young maiden? I'm guessing that's her. I'm guessing her shopping's not going well. Miss, the adventurer has arrived. I do kind of wish some of these were voice acted.
And here he is, the liberator of both Doma and Alamigo in the flesh. I am Nina Mura, correspondent for The Raven. You may recognize me from my expose on the secret lives of the homunculi.
No?
But enough small talk. It's not for nothing that I've been standing here since yesterday morning on the off chance you'd pass by.
Yesterday morning, she says, knowing that this came out in patch 4.1, and we're just past 4.3. Sorry, been a little busy. All right.
No, I'm here because, actually, it's best you heard it from Olma. I am but an observer.
Alma?
Olma, come! I found him! Is this the adventurer of whom you spoke?
And again, here comes the nostalgia thing, because I swear this is probably one of the characters from Tactics or 12, and I don't recognize her at all. Same with the music.
Indeed it is.
So, sad to say, I'm probably not going to be able to do this plotline proper justice. But I guess you're, a based-off character, because your design looks very different from everyone else's around here.
Please, I beg of you, find my father. You are his only hope.
Wait, really? That's why you've been waiting for me?
It's all right, Olma. We are attracting them both to detention. Might I suggest a change of venue? We'll await you aboard the Prima Vista. The theater barge has a berth in the airship landing.
Theater barge? No, I don't remember. Was the Prima Vista the ship from 9? It sounds familiar. It really does. I don't remember anything from this plot line. I think I buzzed through this when my original playthrough and just kind of skipped most of the cutscenes. I don't remember dang near anything about this, so this should be interesting.
As I said before, I think it's better we continue this conversation in the privacy of the young lady's barge. It's not that I don't trust anyone here, it's simply that I don't trust anyone here. Gate Guardian Minakumo has been instructed to look out for you. In the future, speak with him when you wish to gain admission to the docks. Thank you for coming, Dekumon. You're probably wondering why I've summoned you to an airship, and a Guardian one at that.
Ooh. Yeah, I didn't realize, but yeah, that has definitely got some Garlean designs to it, especially the front there.
Allow me to explain on the shuttle.
So you're a Garlean theater troupe? Also, you gotta love the old design. It's like, yeah, we don't need one propeller spinning super fast. We could just have a whole buttload of them spinning slowly. Clearly that'll generate enough lift. Spoilers, it doesn't. Oh yeah, that is seriously Garlean designed. Kind of a cool looking ship though, I'll give him the, oh. Hi there. What are you making? Oh, I see. Well, they did say it was a theater ship, so must be making some props for a new show.
The Prima Vista serves as both stage and home to the Majestic Imperial Theatre Company. You can keep that dirk in your drawers. No one here is a member of the Imperial Army, nor are there any spies within the troop. Well, at least no known spies.
Wouldn't be much good as spies if they were known.
Ask anyone, and they will readily attest. The Majestic Imperial Theatre Company are the finest practitioners of the dramatic arts to be found anywhere on the 3 great continents, and beyond. They have sizable admirers throughout the Empire and its territories, and even boast a sizable following in Gridania, hence my assignment to this story. It is a little-known fact, outside Garlemald at least, that the late Emperor was a devoted patron of the arts who supported various theatre troupes to the tune of much coin. Indeed, Solus was so enamored of the Majestic players that he ordered the construction of this very airship, that the troupe might perform in every corner of the Empire.
And yet they're here in Kugane.
When his grandson took the throne, however, everything changed. Now, all theatre troupes, domestic and foreign, must submit their works for approval by the Central Imperial Board of Censors.
Ooh. Yeah, there's that censorship thing. Try to avoid that.
If a play is deemed vulgar or inflammatory, it is banned, and the troupe denied their rights of transit. The worst offenders? Well, they're never heard from again. This policy has effectively left playwrights with one of 2 options: compromise their creative integrity to curry favor with His Radiance, or put down their quills altogether.
Clearly you guys chose the third path. Get the hell out of the Empire.
The principal of the Majestic, however, chose a third option, to express his disapproval for the new Emperor's policies obliquely, in ostensibly unpolitical works.
It's making farces. Lovely.
Pray forgive me for my earlier outburst. I am Alma Bas Lexitel, daughter of Principal Genomus Sen Lexitel.
You don't have a Garlean eye, though.
Mayhap you have heard of my father's latest play, the Zodiac Brave story?
Zodiac Braves, eh? That was part of Final Fantasy XII, I believe. Or maybe it was Tactics, I don't remember. Or maybe that was Tactics Advance. Shoot, God. This is what happens when we're going to these storylines that I do not remember.
On the surface, it is an innocent retelling of a well-known Garian fairy tale, hardly worthy of the censor's attention. But beneath, it is something quite different. A fact the censors failed to spot when they approved the manuscript for public performance.
Well, shit job of the censors, then.
The play quickly became a huge success. The common folk loved its fantastical story, while the learned classes appreciated its true message.
But if the common folk didn't get the, underlying message, didn't really do your job very well.
By the time the Imperial Board of Censors realized their mistake, it was too late. No longer in a position to prohibit the performance outright without admitting fault, they took aim at the company's purse strings instead. Before long, noble patrons began to withdraw their support, fearing to be associated with the troupe. And by the end, even the learned felt compelled to feign ignorance.
I say.
By bleeding the Majestic of their funding, the censors robbed them of their voice. And none of this has made it any clearer as to why you're here. Right.
Sid? Allow me, Luna. The hell are you doing here, Sid? Shouldn't you be busy with Omega at this point in the story? Let me guess, you know Sid. Personally. I've known Cheremis since we were students at Majestic Academy. When I heard his daughter was in Kugane looking to enlist the aid of an adventurer, I felt compelled to give her your name. Sorry for not announcing myself sooner, old friend. Jeromus and I were from different worlds, but that only served to fuel our friendship. Many were the nights we would prattle on into the wee small hours, warm flagons of peated ale numbing our minds to the other's naive ideologies. Yet, no matter where our conversation began, it would invariably end with him telling me how he was going to change the Empire from the inside out. The troupe was to be his path into the people's hearts. Even after the Empire forced him from his home, Jeromus never gave up hope that his work might change the world. I mean, I gotta give him props for the intentions. Didn't seem to work too well, though. Shoot, of course I've not even met this guy, so... Art will ever strain against artificial bounds and borders, man-made walls and misguided wars. It is in such times of uncertainty that we must needs embrace our calling and take to the skies so others might do the same. What I'm trying to say, rather poorly I concede, is that not all guardians are hewn from the same stone. Just as there are those who pledge their lives to the Empire and would never think to question the authority of its leaders, there are those like Alma's father and myself, whose love for their country does not blind them to its flaws. Still, try selling that sack of sunflower to an Alamegan or a Doman who has watched his family consumed in the flames of a Majestic Reaper.
How many Eorzean adventurers do you think would leap at the opportunity to help an Imperial search for her missing father? And at Guardian territory, no less.
Wait, what? Guardian territory? You didn't mention that.
But you're different. You've seen enough to know that the line between good and evil is not defined by race, color, or creed. So, what say you?
I could never turn my back on a damsel in distress. I'd make a poor adventurer were I to shy from adventure. No, I'll never say no to a lady in need.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Now that you understand the nature of the task, perhaps Alma could provide some insight as to where we might begin our search. That would be a good call.
Shortly before my father disappeared, he began work on his next play, a successor to the Zodiac Brave story. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Please, follow me.
Getting ahead of yourself? Whoa. Elevator going up. Where are we headed? Oh. We're headed to a very lovely view of Kugane. Ah, the bridge. I see. Well.
Through adventure and hardship, young Dalmasca, a boy of common blood, becomes a hero, culminating in the birth of the mythical kingdom Ivalice. But that is where the story ends. There are no records of anything that follows. Was Principal Genova simply going to invent something?
Ah, I see. We're talking about the story of, I'm guessing, Tactics, or 12, I'm not sure at this point.
My father believed that he had discovered evidence of a second hero, one whose efforts went largely unnoticed, but without whom Dalita would never have risen to the throne. His was the next tale he wanted to tell, the true Zodiac Brave story. A second hero? According to my father's studies, this young man was one of Delita's closest friends and confidants. That is, until the untimely passing of Delita's sister forced the two to part ways. Yet, the unnamed hero continued to provide aid to his friend by thwarting the machinations of those who would scheme against Delita, thus paving the way for the pauper's rise to regent. You must forgive me, but I've never heard anyone make such claims. How exactly did your father come by this information?
He probably played Final Fantasy Tactics, because I'm thinking this is the Tactics storyline, because Delita does not sound like anyone from 12. And it definitely doesn't sound like anyone from Tactics Advance.
That is a long story.
Well, that's why we're here. One which begins and ends with Genomus becoming lost in the very legend he sought to lay bare. Even as far back as our academy days, Ivalice had Genomus firmly in his grasp. He flatly refused to believe the story was just a fairy tale. And so, when he was finally driven out of Garlemald, it was only natural that he should choose this of all places as his refuge. Was it not, Alma?
That is correct, Master Garland. It has long been my father's belief that the ruins of ancient Ivalice lie beyond Naxia, buried beneath the sands of the Dalmasca desert.
Okay, Dalmasca is hands down from 12. I think that was the first area. Poor Dalmasca. The kingdom prospered in relative isolation for countless generations, until the Empire came along.
When not touring, my father would organize expeditions into the Dalmasca desert to search for proof of Ivalice's existence. Sometimes he would bring back strange artifacts, ancient tomes, and crystals. Crystals unlike any others.
Crystals, you say? Oh. That looks like white auracite.
My father called them auracite and claimed they were vital to proving his theories. This is one such crystal.
It is auracite.
By the 12! It's magnificent!
It's handy too. Ivalician legend tells of crystals bequeathed by the gods unto those who would be kings. It is during his quest to gather auracite that young Delita rises to prominence. I must have heard the tale 1,000 times from my nursemaid, but that is all it ever was, just a tale.
My father would often tell us how auracite spoke to him. At the time, we assumed he was speaking figuratively, that the stone's beauty roused his muse. But then he began to act strangely.
Oh, don't tell me he got possessed by the stones.
How so? Following our arrival here in Hingashi, my father spent most of his time cloistered in his chambers, poring over past research. And though he was alone, we could oft hear him in conversation. It was not uncommon for my father to recite the lines as he wrote them, but it soon became clear that this was something else. It was as if he was talking to my mother who had passed several winters gone.
Ooh. That's not a good sign.
Might not this have been out of mere loneliness? Or perhaps the strain of your flight from Garlemald? Possibly, but that would not explain the voices which answered him.
Maybe he's like me, he just talks to himself in weird voices. Hello? A new character for our play. Which voice to give you? Alma, who are these people? I told you I did not require any help finding father, especially from outsiders. So good of you to join us, Ramza. Allow me to introduce...
Enough, Master Sid. We may be shunned by the Empire, but we are still guardians, and we still have our pride, unlike some it seems. We require neither the aid nor the pity of foreign rabble.
Oof. Yeah, I can see that pride is definitely strong in you.
Have you forgotten where you are, brother? It is we who are the foreign rabble. This land and its customs are all but unknown to us. We would be fools to conduct our search without a proven guide.
Your sister is right, Ramza. As for my good friend here, you mistrust is ill-placed. I will personally vouch for his character. In all the time I have known him, he has never once let anything as insignificant as race or creed color his judgment. You are lucky to have him.
But we but have you, Master Garland? Why do you refuse us?
You know why. Until this affair with Omega is resolved, my hands are tied. It pains me to refuse you and your sister, but it pains me far more to leave Genomus to his fate. I am sorry. Yeah, this is the one downside with how I'm doing things currently, and it's probably going to change in Shadowbringers, where I do things in the order they're released as opposed to, lumping everything together. Might let things flow just a little bit better.
You need not apologize. I let my emotions get the better of me. After what happened in Rabanastre, it may be time to admit we're out of our depth.
Rabanastre? Okay, I recognize that name. That was the first city in 12.
My brother's last expedition met with tragedy in the ruins of the capital city. He barely escaped with his life.
The Empire turned Rabanastre into a death trap. You were a fool to set foot there without a proper escort.
I realize that now, Master Garland, but at the time I saw an opportunity to rescue our father and I took it. Whatever led you to believe your father was in Dalmasca's capital? My father's fascination with Ivalician legend began with a trip to the Antevelian city, long before the war. Call it a premonition, but something tells me that is where he has returned. Now you must excuse me. I need some time to think.
Then, Orma, I shall leave you and your brother in Dekumon's capable hands. He has ever repaid my trust with interest. You would do well to grant him yours.
Thank you, Master Garland. We will not forget this kindness.
Don't worry, I'll take good care of them. Not the first babysitting job I've had in this game. Certainly won't be the last. Well, I mean, clearly our first goal should be to get our butts to Rabanastre then.
Master Garland seems to think highly of you, so I will withhold judgment until after Dalmasca.
That would be nice. And that is definitely a city. That's some dramatic music starting up. Well, are we heading out or are we just gonna sit here and twiddle our thumbs? I mean, I'm twiddling my thumbs.
Dalmasca is nestled in a forgotten corner of the Empire's outermost territories. I do not foresee any trouble from the standing army, but would suggest committing to memory the locations of each of the barge's exits, just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
As for the flight itself, the currents above Dalmasca are as wild as the land below. You may want to hold on.
Alright, let's get this floating theater out to sea. The first of the 24-man raids for Stormblood. I remember this one giving people a real headache when it first came out. This should be fun to see how many people screw up. And yes, of course, that does include me. I definitely screwed up quite a bit the first few times I did this and still managed to screw up every now and then. Of course, it helps that usually when I'm running these 24-man raids on my main guy, it's on one of my alts that just barely clears the minimum eye level just so I can get the gear. Oh yeah, this is safe seating on a flight. One bad bit of turbulence and we're all gonna end up on the floor. Even in a peaceful time, I'm still managing to rack up the nods. Well, I assume we're here.
We'll complete our descent to Rabanastre in the shuttle.
Yes? Oh, don't want her to come along, huh?
Ramza! I thought I made myself clear, Alma. The capital is simply too dangerous. Father would never forgive me if I were to lose you trying to rescue him.
That is true. Sad but true, I'm afraid. Just stay here. We'll take care of this.
Come, we are wasting time.
I mean, this is why I'm here, to deal with all the dangerous stuff. Don't worry, if he's there, I'll get him. Oh shit, yeah, this is definitely desert territory. royal city of Rabanastre. Looks like it's been through hell. I'm seeing an awful lot of fires and such going on around here. And those fires don't look old, those look recent. I mean, I can see the ruins itself, but yeah, those fires look recent. What the heck's been going on around here?
According to my father, Rabanastre was already a thriving city some 1,000 years ago. But after performing several private excavations beneath the so-called Desert Sapphire, my father came to the conclusion that it was not the first settlement to stand here.
Really?
Then, your father believes that Rabanastre sits atop the royal city of Lassalia, capital of Ivalice. But if that's true, it could change history. We would be famous.
Yeah, assuming anyone believed us.
Famous? Are you sure you don't mean rich? Your kind are all alike. Parasites grown fat on the sweat and suffering of others.
Easy there, Ramza. Keep that Garlean pride down low.
Bold words from a boy but of 16 summers. And what, pray tell, have I done to deserve such spite? I only wish to learn the truth behind the disappearance of the Empire's foremost playwright. If that should lead to something bigger, well then, I would be the worst reporter in the realm if I did not pursue it.
Yeah, that's true. She's a journalist. So of course she's gonna chase the story however best she can. What's got my character so concerned?
Yes, we can argue about this now, or we can return to the Prima Vista and report to our army of adventurers that it is time to begin the expedition. I humbly suggest the latter.
Army of adventurers? Were you recruiting without me? I mean, I suppose we need some excuse to show why we suddenly show up with 24 people here. Okay, now someone's legitimately watching us. Oh dear. See, it is as I said, brother. Let them come to us.
Should we kill them now?
No, the time is not right.
When has that stopped us before?
Oh shit. Fool, do you see that one? Slayer of gods, they call him. Warrior of light. Bonga? I recognize these guys from Tactics Advanced. Those are Bonga. Anyway, the royal city of Rabanastre is now accessible. Well, this should be entertaining. Gotta love the old raids. There we are. Recently, residents of Kugane woke to find hovering above their city an airship unlike they'd ever seen. Yet while of Garlean design, the vessel distinctly lacked the bleak outfitting common in the Empire's war machina. No, this was the Prima Vista, private stage for the Majestic Imperial Theater Group, a troupe having won acclaim across Garlemald for their timeless work, The Zodiac Brave Story. Which begets the question, why are they here? The answer to that question and more lies in the selfsame legend of which they sing, the legend of Ivalice. Now this is a 305, so we are gonna steamroll most of the small fry in here and probably a good chunk of the bosses too. All right, oh, those are red chocobos. Red chocobos are evil. Here we go. Anyway, welcome to the royal city of Rabanastre, Stormblood's first 24-man alliance raid, and one that gave people a fair bit of headaches when it first came out. And I see a lot of Reapers. Yeah, 2 Reapers in our crew. All right. Yep, squad of red chocobos. Is Ramza? I think he's leading the pack, actually. What am I doing? We should be on Peloton. Uh-oh. Matthias the Corrupt. The hell are you? Oh, I need to be on my shits. All the good songs going. There we go. All right, Mateus here is an ice user, and oh boy, are there a lot of mechanics I could be talking about, half of which I don't remember worth a damn. But I remember this one, the big old ice spiral. This thing is a pain in the ass. Now, the important thing is the dancer. The dancer is basically your timer for most of these mechanics. I'm gonna get wrecked here. These aquaspheres have to go. The little ones, yeah, we can break these just by stepping on them. The big ones here, the big ones you have to shoot to death. Now, don't touch the dancer herself, especially after you had to deal with the little ones, because I've got this lovely drenched debuff on, and it basically means that if I touch her, oh, I'm gonna get wrecked here. Oh, this is not gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. Oh boy. Oh no, she got an ice cube. Yeah, if she touches any of the big spheres, she gets ice cubes. If she touches one of the water fountains, she gets these big Blizzard 3 markers. If she touches the little spheres, she spawns these ice slaves. So more things for us to play with constantly. Unfortunately, those big spheres are gonna come into play here shortly. And they're not going to be pleasant because there are more spots she can wreck us from. Whew. Okay, I am just all over the flipping place here. All right, here we go. Yep, here comes the ice ball problem. This is not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. This is the only safe place right now, and this is gonna smart. Oh, our poor Astro. Our poor Astro did not deserve what just happened to them there. Now, thankfully, he only has one other, like, really major mechanic, and we should see it, because he should start it up any second now. Yep, here it comes. Breathless. You get 10 stacks of this, you're dead. How do you get rid of it? Well, we kill off some of these flume toads. You might find that they give us, there we are, thank goodness, little air pockets to touch and reset our breathless stacks. These, however, are a problem. Those lion AoEs coming down, those will destroy the bubbles. So you have to be really careful about where you put those. Oh wow, our tank and our healer are both down. Well, thankfully Mateus there is pretty close to dead. Whew. So, I think we've got this one in the bag. I'm gonna blast him. There's no reason to save your LBs, there's really not. Because like as before and always, they just reset at the start of each of the big boss fights, so there's no reason to keep them. And as for gear, for a 305, this drops 330 stuff, and it actually doesn't look half bad. The problem is, as always, when these come out, the 24-mans always have a weekly lockout on all their loot. So, makes it very hard to farm up full sets. Which I think is something they actually addressed in Stormblood. Or not Stormblood, Shadowbringers. Anyway, we have a lovely big pack of bandits. Bonga bandits. Which I was right, I double checked, they are Bonga. Black chocobos, which I'm assuming either work for the Bonga or just pissed at everything that lives. Not sure which. And a lot of treasure chests just sitting there, begging us to open them. What are these three doing over here? Dude, seriously, pull these birds over here to the rest of the party. There's no reason for these birds to be all alone. There, we got them all, right? No more demon birdies, guys. We're not done yet. Oh, that's a big old choco meteor coming. And the chests come alive. Yep, they were all Rabanastre mimics. Every last stinking one of them. So I sit here and mash the buttons. I think that's all of them, right? There we go. Much better. Yeah, I'm seeing some Garlean airship wreckage here. And then there's these guys. Yeah, these guys almost remind me of primals. Hashmal, bringer of order. Hashmal, bringer of massive fists. And yeah, see somebody trying to fire off an LB over there. Get all the big old damage buffs up so we can wreck this poor sod. Woo, that's, oh, that's a, oh, those are chasing. Those are chasing me. Those are legit chasing me. And then here comes the control towers. These things, watch where they fall, because they are instant death if they land on your head. As I'm pretty sure that one poor guy just found out. This is a big old 2/3 of the room you're gonna die. You want to know the safe spot? Find the spot where his fist isn't glowing. And then these earth hammers that just appeared in the sky, those are proximity AoEs. Just run away from them. And then he goes to one of his first big DPS checks, the command tower. This thing's got to go. The tower must fall. Oop, and I must not get hit by the big old AoEs. And of course we got the chasers again. Oh, we are just wrecking this poor thing. Yeah, that's a little tougher to deal with. Not too bad, just hang around on the edge, don't get hit. There we go. Bring him down. And he channels his ultimate, the Land Waster. Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, he definitely wasted some land there. Uh-oh. More control towers, 2 of them this time. Again, watch where they fall. Ooh, there goes our sage. Oh, that one's going this way. We're gonna avoid that. Oh, he jumped up. Yep, see? Flaming Fist, we go on this side to avoid. And we got the big chasing circles again. Forgive me if I'm a little overzealous with using Iron Jaws. I'm trying to keep from losing my dots. I said, a lot of people just randomly dying in these 24-mans. And the poor healer is just trying so desperately to keep up. Uh-oh, more hammers. 3 of them this time, damn. Uh-oh, chasing AoEs. Oh, and he just summoned up his ads, the golems. Now, where are these guys? These things need to go, and fast. I am not above dropping a big LB2 on these guys. So apparently I didn't need to because we just smoked the boss. Don't need any of these. Sad. More bandits. Who are these guys? What are they doing here? Why are they expecting us to be Imperials? Let you be? What are you talking about? You guys are the ones standing in our way. Okay, there's no way in hell that was it. Oh. Hi. Two chimeras and an archdemon. That sounds lovely. Get some dots on all these guys so I can at least keep track of them on the enemy bar. Oh no, not the dragon's voice, not the dragon's, ah! I saw it coming too late and I couldn't do anything about it fast enough. Pooh. Pooh, I says. The paralysis is not fun. I mean, I guess it's our fault. We could have silenced him, we could have stunned him, could have interrupted him. None of us caught it. Really should have that silence thing on my first bar. But it is a roll skill, and I always keep the roll skills in one specific spot. There we are. Yeah, it's right there. Her head graze. My own fault. Oh, this is a deep asshole. So deep it requires a loading screen. I think this is actually where the first boss was in 12 that I got my butt handed to me too. Oh, we're being divvied up by Alliance. Yeah, that's right. Every Alliance has their own little route to get through the waterways. Now, there's no enemies and no real challenges here. Just follow the path. Get swept along. Some people have to go underwater, some people have to do swimming. But regardless, we all head here. And I might as well poke my nose at the Sky Pirate's scrawlings really quick. Only an elite will he prove his worth. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there's that fall. Again, super glad there's no fall damage anymore. And here's where we regroup with all the crews. All three switches have to be pressed before this center pillar opens up. Right? You guys, oh, there's the last group. There we are. I was a little worried there for a second. It's like, where is the A Alliance? Oh, geez. We are getting swept seriously deep underground. God dang, how far down are we? We've got to be like almost a mile straight down. Oh. The royal city of Lasalia. We found it! We found the actual Lasalia. Amazing. And then we get to probably my favorite boss in this set. Raphael, aka the Gladiator, complete with chariot. This guy is fun. Of course, we start early, which is fine. Get all my fancy schmancy stuff up. And he leads off with Crush Helm, which is his tank buster. And yeah, our tank did not like that hit. There he goes, Chariot. Chariot auto targets one person. So if you're the target, oh, I am so about to get wrecked here. Yep, damn it. As I was saying, If you're the person targeted for Chariot, get close. Minimize the distance the boss moves. I swear those are chasing. Yep, they are chasing. Uh-oh, Trample's a nasty one. Just get to his side, because he's gonna run this big figure right here and lay waste to all the poor fools who get in his path. Not fun. Uh-oh, he walks the shadows. Oh, no, 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 no. I am in a bad spot. I am in a bad spot. Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? Woo, I made it. He did not. I about didn't make that. Oh, another tank buster. Oh, we've already got him to half. Ah, here comes Crush Weapon again. This is the one with the chasing AoEs. And, oh. Split them up! Split them up! This was not a good split. Oh god. All the AoEs, all the AoEs. And of course, being around the edge means I get stomped. And here he goes. Up into the sky for his big ultimate. Now, fun fact, this ultimate technically is it's a proximity line. Because watch, we want to find where he stops. Come on. As soon as I know where he stops, run perpendicular to that. And I took a hell of a lot less damage than the rest of my team. So, fun fact there. You can dang near avoid that completely if you make it all the way to the 0. Oh, he's laying landmines. And that's exactly what those are. Those are basically, yeah, landmines. They're booby traps. They'll bind anyone that walks into them. Those are not fun. So here he's doing Chariot against it. Look, Jackass ran away. Gonna get a lot of people hit with Cry of Victory here. And there's Trample, so we go off to the side. Another Cry of Victory. And I did not make it out of that one in time. Pump and Circumstance, that's just a big proximity AoE. Woo, and one that hit a lot of people really hard. Uh-oh, more traps. Crush Weapon going off again. That's not for me. Please stop following me. Oh. Oh, he had some clones in the wings. Oh, my dots fell off. Man, I thought I was doing good about with the Iron Jaws. Well, he's getting close. Yeah, I'm not interested in this. I'm gonna eat this Pomp and Circumstance. This is gonna smart like hell. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yes, it did. Oh, my poor health bar. Thank you, Astro. All right. Every one of these dark circles has to be interacted with. Every last stinking one of them. Because the longer these go, the more clones will be here. And yes, you can get to the point where there are literally no safe spots. Always fun. Well, with him only at 7%, that's basically all the mechanics. We've seen everything. Now we just gotta clear out the mess. His like 1% isn't gonna do anything. There we go. Again, still a really fun fight, even now. We get a cutscene, so this must be the end. The air here feels wrong. That must be Daddy Dearest. Then who the hell's that? Or a sight. Was that what's making these weird monsters? Some perverse form of summoning? And yeah, I saw, they already started the fight. Bums. Whoa. I forgot how cool this guy looks.
Who dares disturb the slumber of Ardath Fadalfos, rightful king of Ivalice?
Me, I guess?
Descendants of House Beowulf? Then by my sword shall I banish your souls to the deepest hell.
Man, they're already going through the fight and I don't get to explain mechanics. Oh, and I just walked right into a bomb. I did, oh. Yeah, okay, so. Let's talk about these mechanics here. He is all about truth and lies. And the first ones are always truth, which basically means do what he tells you to do so you don't get wrecked. And so he told us to run and not stop, so that's literally all I did. I just ran in a circle. Procs AoEs and crossblades. And as you can see, everyone that's botching mechanics is eating these weird little, it's not vuln stacks, but I know something horrible happens if you get too many of them. Oh, one of those is meant for me. Yep, one of those is definitely meant for me. You'll excuse me as I take my own shade out of contention. There we go. Now we've stabilized somewhat. Ooh,
Does it grieve you to see the depths of your
I'm not sure if those are cleaves or not, so I'm gonna assume they are. Oh, shards of emptiness. Those need to go. Those need to go fast, because he is charging an ult and he is charging it quick. Okay, good. They slowed down significantly.
You do not belong in my world. Step into nothing.
Ow! That's starting? Who said it was your world?
I am the lies upon which you sup.
Alright, here we go. So, he shows a demon mask. So whatever he tells me to do, in this case turn away, I do the opposite.
The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit.
Wow. Oh no, temporary misdirection. Okay, thank goodness I don't have to. This buff is weird. That little hand over my head will determine which direction I run if I attempt to move at all. So, he wants the truth. So this time, I do have to turn away.
You will be judged.
Gonna drive me nuts, Argath. Oh, demon mask, whatever he tells us to do, we do the opposite. So we look him in the eye and shoot him in the face.
The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit.
What, again? Ah, there's temporary misdirection. Oh no! Yeah, see, I gotta time this so I can actually end up in the circle. Oh, thank God. It does wear off for the last second or two, so as long as I'm close, I can manage it. Which is good. Oh, that was a little sus and a little scary there. That donut AoE hits hard. Oh. Someone gonna fire off the level 2 finally. since we're clearly not making it to an LP3. Oh, meteor marks. And he's got crush weapon again, huh? I'll take this one then. I mean, he's not gonna land it. Woohoo! Oh, hey, I'm 73.
Where am I? This body. It is not my own. Oh gods, what have I done? Save me, Ramza! Save me!
What? That was Daddy? Were we just beating up on Ramza's father? Oh, that's gonna be fun to explain. That is definitely not the traditional theme there. The Royal City complete. Not too shabby if I say so myself. I didn't manage to die once. Damn Orosite. So we were beating up. Wait, if that's Daddy, then who was the other guy? Where am I? Father! Ramza, and the Warrior of Light. Yes, I know of you, but that you should come to my rescue. It's failed me. A poor playwright I must seem. And don't worry about. Oh. What the hell? It's the Bonga. Great. The term you're looking for is thank you. Upon which note, I, Bagnamnan, bounty hunter, do humbly thank you, Warrior of Light, for delivering me this fine gift. Now hand over the Orosite, unless you wish to see the desert sands turn red. And be quick. Giljakir does not have the steadiest of hands. That one. She will bring it to me. Ah, poor reporter. Suddenly stuck in the middle. Alright, go on, give it to him. The hell they want the Orosite for is beyond me, though. Beyond the fact that it apparently makes monsters. But some pretty strong ones, too. Sheesh! Oh, a zodiac sign. Dude, it's not food. Yes, this is it. The Duma.
And to think we found it so close to Doma. The Duma of Doma.
Not funny. Damn! I hope that wasn't the brother you were talking to earlier. Enough, Bagwai. We would not have our guests think us underbred. I don't think you're underbred, I think you're inbred. You have what you want, thieving lizards. Now unhand him. Of course. A Banga is always true to his word. I will be keeping this, though. The hell? His book? But book! My book! Father! Okay, that's not a Garlean airship. You only yourselves to blame for this. But if you mislike the thought, you could always blame the gods. Not that they are listening. Get up, fool. We're leaving. You shot me! Jump for it! This guy is hard on his subordinates.
You're going to be all right.
I mean, at least we got him.
We can't see to your father's hurt here. Come on, we must get him back to the Prima Vista.
I mean, we've got him. Really? This is the closest thing you guys have to a med bay?
Jeremus remains deep in slumber, but his breathing is steady and his fever has subsided. For now, all we can do is wait. I've sent word to Sid. I hope you don't mind.
Why in blazes would I mind if you sent for Sid? I mean, first we gotta get our butts back to Kugane. Gives Daddy Dearest time to recuperate. Oh, he does have the eye. Hard to see, but yep, there it is. What about the kids then?
Olma, Ramza, can you ever forgive me? And you, Sid. It was never my intention to put you to such trouble. I'm ever in your debt. You would have done the same for me, Genomus. Besides, it was Dekumon here who went to all the trouble. If anyone deserves your thanks, it's him. No big deal. He is right. I've done naught to deserve your kindness, yet I am its beneficiary nonetheless. Don't worry about it. Again, no big deal. Just part of the job. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying Auracite does not work to facilitate the possession of a living host by an icon, as was assumed to be the case with Nisail and the Archbishop, but rather absorbs the host ether, its very soul, and somehow transforms it before returning it to the host body. Oh dear. If that is the case, our Charlian allies will need to be informed immediately. But I suppose the real question here is, did you find what you came looking for? The legend would have us believe that Delita Hado, the commoner who would be king, was the sole hero of the Zodiac Brave story. But as I have discovered, there was another. Two others, in fact. Siblings whose roles faded from subsequent retellings of the story. A brother and sister by the names of Ramza and Olma. Bullshit! Then, to prepare for this assignment, I pored over every published book on Ivalician legends I could lay my hands on, and nowhere did I find any mention of those siblings. No way. But I did. I uncovered irrefutable evidence that Delita had a close companion named Ramza who aided him in his rise to power. This in turn led me to Olma, and that I might never lose sight of the truth, I named my own children after these lost players. Oh, okay. I thought for a second that you found these kids. No, okay. No, you just named them after them. I'm sorry I never told you any of this, Sid, but you must believe me. Ivalice has never been a mere pastime of mine. It is and forever will be my calling, my purpose. My family's purpose. Yeah, apparently. Go on. The world knows me as Genomus and Lexitel, yet that is but my stage name. My true name is Arslan Durai. Countless generations past, it was my ancestor who penned the Durai papers, an account of Ivalice and the War of the Lions. The details what truly occurred during that turbulent era. Well, the War of the Lions is hands down Final Fantasy Tactics. You are tired, Father. Rest. I will continue. Long ago, an orphan by the name of Oran Durai crossed paths with both Ramza and Delita. After Delita's rise to power, Oran found himself in the service of the pauper become king. Following the War of the Lions, Oran believed the people of Ivalice had a right to know the truth of Ramza's involvement, and set about documenting his deeds. When the church learned of his intent, however, They branded him a heretic and had him burned at the stake. The Durai papers were never published, and any existing copies were gathered and sealed away in church vaults, the truth about Ivalice along with them. What was so damning that it would drive the church to do such a thing?
Hey, easy there. Oh.
The answer to that question can be found in this book, the only surviving transcript of my ancestors' chronicle, copied from an early draft and passed down for untold generations. With this, my father and I plan to reveal the truth and restore honor to my family name.
A noble cause? Forbidden Chronicles. A secret family legacy. Not that I doubt you, Genomus, but how do you expect to convince people of all of this when well nigh every soul in the realm believes Ivalice to be nothing but a bedtime story? By proving it is anything but. And when people see that Ivalice was real, the rest will fall into place. A lot of confidence in people there, man.
Were it as simple bringing forth the chronicle and submitting it for review, we would of course done so long ago, but alas it is not. The Durai papers, you see, are written in High Ivalician, an ancient tongue long extinct. My father, his father, and his father before him labored tirelessly to decipher this tome, but for want of other sources made only fitful progress. A word here, a phrase there. It wasn't until a recent expedition to Rabanastre turned up several well-preserved artifacts that we were able to translate a small portion of the papers.
Convenient.
Then the diary stolen by the Banga bounty hunters.
Yep. I'm afraid so. Everything we had learned of the language was contained in those pages.
Then we're back to where we started.
More or less.
Not necessarily. We still have the transcript, as well as some few translated passages, and of course my father's impeccable memory.
I've come too far to allow so simple a setback to deter me from my purpose. I will show the world the truth if it's the last thing I do.
It is as Master Garland said. He is a man obsessed, and I fear Ivalice's grip on him will only grow tighter. Father was fortunate to escape Rabanastre with his life, and already he speaks of continuing his quest. Promise me you'll keep him safe, please.
I'll do my best. Oh, the other aura site's glowing. That's not a good sign. Well, this was a fun way to start a quest line.
After what I've seen here, I'm all but convinced that Ivalice exists, at least in some form. The problem will be gathering sufficient evidence to convince the thousands of scholars and historians who have based their careers on the presumption that it doesn't.
Well, we can organize some tours.
Not that I've ever been one to shy from a challenge, especially when it means the story of the century. If you're in, Dekumon, then I'm in. If you're not in, well, I'm still in. Either way, you'll be hearing from me again soon. That much I promise you.
I'm sure I will, because that's where the patch ends, and that's a good spot to stop for now. So, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Ivalician adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.